Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet on another Getting Started with series. This time we're hitting the Portugal and Porto. This is another one of those clubs that's got high standards and only gives you a contract for a season. Here at Porto, you've got a contract that expires in June of 2019, and you can go through the basic stuff at the start of the whole save. You've got some players that have joined the club. Preseason preparation will be done. You've got a preseason that's going to last you about 7 weeks with the start date on the 15th of August. You can, of course, if you're looking at all the schedule, if you're looking at the schedule, there aren't many friendlies set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5. I recommend having minimum of 6. If you have, if you are trying to use more than one tactic, then you need at least 8. So the number of preseason matches you want to put your side through are going to affect their match sharpness. So you can actually do it from here. You can arrange friendlies. Now you're going to have a training camp, and your first match of the season is actually going to be somewhere here. Firenze is going to be the first match. You got 2 matches. You got another. You probably won't be able to set up a friendly during this period, but you can during the training camp set up friendlies. So while you're away on your training camp, you can set up. You can actually do like a multiple friendly matches during your training camp, and choose from nearby teams or affiliated clubs. So here, we're gonna pick Bissau, and then another teams touring nearby. Estoril is touring nearby. We'll ask them to do a friendly, confirm. That brings us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got about 7 friendlies now. So it should set you in a good position to get a team ready. Then other things you want to do right out of the gate is check out your preseason plans. Now your boys are going to be back on a certain day, so normally the report you have here where your preseason start date is going to be the 25th of June. So you go to your calendar for training, and 25th of June is when you are looking at kicking off your training. So we have training here. There's also team bonding. What I don't like about this is this you can't adjust because it's already locked in, but what you can do here is come in and then do the adjustment from here. So what I like to do in preseason is actually endurance. I am a big endurance nutcase. I believe that this is from it's from personal experience as well. You want preseason to be a chance for you to get your team ready for the season ahead, and to do that you're gonna have to give them a fair amount of matches to get ready. So this becomes their hell week, and you can incorporate physical, so this becomes a very aggressive period. I don't believe that you need rest, so you can actually do something else. You can actually do a community outreach program if you think it's too much. I mean, if you want to give them rest, that's fine. It's entirely up to you. We could do something like get 2 rest sessions here. Then the second week of preseason, I would do the same thing, except here I've got my own preseason style. You can't do it from here. So if you create your own schedules, you can do a custom schedule. I got a few of my own. So I'm just doing preseason fitness. This is my preseason fitness schedule. So bang, is the good. This is gonna be saved, and then I go into the calendar, go back to July, and change this one to preseason fitness. And you can take control once, or you can actually ask the S-man to do it. Here I've done, the S-man is still in charge. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of blue. Now in an essence, if you want to get your site tactically familiar, you want lots of these blue colored ones, right? I mean, I don't know how else to explain this. The easiest way is if you go into your schedules and you create one schedule for yourself. So let's create one schedule. So if I wanted my site to be tactical familiar, then this is the general sessions that are very important. So I'll go to outfield, and I go to physical, then I go to another one here, physical. Now when you look at physical, doesn't do anything, right? Outfield, On the other end, gives you mentality, passing style, creative freedom, pressing intensity, marking tempo, width. So this is good. So what you can do is you can repeat the process for a few more, and you can create pre-seasons that are specifically devoted to getting your team ready for a certain style of football. But my recommendation in pre-season is always to include physical and also to include endurance. So you want endurance sessions in pre-season as well. So this becomes an aggressive session. Aggressive sessions generally, if you start a habit of doing it on Wednesday, you're fine, because normally if you look at most clubs and their training schedules, midweek is when they do their most intense training. Activation training is really safe for the eve of a match, and then they ease into training on Monday. So Monday they ease in, the load goes up to here, this becomes the most intensive, then slightly less intensive on Thursday, then it gets less intensive on Friday where you have activation. So here I'm going to put some what I think are going to be activation training programs. So this is like attacking movement. Then I'll put in this is probably attacking wings. So you can create schedules like that, but I've already got my own, so I'm gonna import a few of my own schedules. Get more. I'll just pull one in here. This is gonna be for the season ahead, but it's just a session for attacking players. But in pre-season, what you want to do is you want to get a nice balance of training going on early, working on several elements of your game. So here we got another so in pre-season, what would I do? I would do a lot of physical and outfield like this, but I also have like 1 week where I'll work on possession and tactical. Another week I might work on attacking and defending side of the game. Then I might work on attacking and technical, or defending and tactical, defending and technical. So stuff like that, you want to mix it around in preseason. Once the season gets started, you can have like a week where you do mixed training, right? So you cover the whole gamut, right? So or you could do something that has a breakdown for a month, and you can, okay, first week I'm going to focus on attacking, second week I'm going to focus on technicals, third week I'm going to focus on tacticals, maybe fourth week I'm going to focus on defending. So stuff like that. So it generally works out quite well. And then in units, when you set up your units for Porto as well, don't do this until you decide what tactic you're going to use. Because if you're going to be attacking base, if your tactic is really attacking, then you want to have more of your defensive unit in the attacking side, especially the wing backs, right? So mentoring is really easy. First you go to your under 19s first. Here we got the under 19s. I'm gonna see if we've got any high potentials in the under 19s. We've got a couple here, so I'm just gonna pick a few. I have no idea whether they're any good, but I'm gonna move them. Oops, no. We're gonna move them into the senior squad. Yes, and then we got in the Porto B squad. I don't think that is gonna be an issue with the Porto B squad. 20 years old. This guy's on loan. If this guy is not playing for the first team, he better be on loan. Otherwise, he's okay. I'll push him into the first team as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll move these guys into the first team too. Move to the FC Porto squad. Okay, they go into the main squad. Now we got the main squad already. Got a few players here. This guy's 15 years old, so it's really simple. I don't spend too much time with this unless it's a love save of mine that I might want to get involved. So we've got the Assman coming in and giving us recommendations. So I'm looking at this and I'm going straight away thinking to myself, there's a problem with Porto. Porto's problem is probably going to be down to dynamics, hierarchy. We find out more. We got Casillas, Herrera as the team leaders. His personality is spirited. No thanks. It's not too bad, but I'd want him to be he's a perfectionist. So Maxi Pereira is 34 years old. We can't really let him go. We're going to keep him in the club. Do everything we can to keep him in this club. He's got some negative player traits that argues with the officials. But Maxi Pereira is a wing back, so he's an Ike Casillas. He's a light. Okay, so we can forget about him being a mentor. So you only have Maxi Pereira is a great mentor. The rest of the players, well, Oliver, he's fairly professional. Maybe in a couple of seasons' time, he'll become a very good mentor, but he needs more game time. Brahimi, he's 28 years old, fairly ambitious. Okay, that's not a bad personality. Or Corona, he's balanced. Nah, no gimme here. Here, Spirited is okay. It's not phenomenal. Resolute is one of the better personalities. So if you got Danilo Pereira, if he's at a club for if you keep him in the club, he might become a team leader. He might move up. So he's most likely he's going to move up here. He's a vice captain already. So we've got Maxi Pereira and Danilo Pereira. But because of his hierarchy, he's not going to be not at the moment. Maybe give him a few seasons. So here Maxi Pereira is the best. But this second group, we don't really have personality that's really of gonna influence others. We've got one here who's got average influence over the rest of the group. So at the moment, I probably will kill this group and wait for him to become more established in the squad. Which means that in the long run, when I want to play my games, there are certain players that I'm going to look at to include. Like whenever I'm playing a game, I got to use Danilo Pereira in my games, and I've got to incorporate. So he's Maxi Pereira is very old. He can be around. So we got to get Danilo Pereira playing, and probably one other player from here who's got a decent personality. Let's see. Balance, no. We're gonna have to find one. Fairly ambitious, maybe. Oliver, okay, Oliver attacking me. Okay, so the long-term plan is to this is crazy. This is like gaming the mentoring game. Okay, so Oliver, Danilo Pereira have to be in our tactic. That's another way of doing this game, right? This is gaming, so it's really no fun. I really don't want to do this. I don't want to share this, but people have mentioned to me there must be a way to do the numbers game with training. I totally agree with you. There is a way, okay, but I'm not sharing it, so I'm going to keep it to myself. There is a way to game training at the moment. My advice when you want a game training is make sure that you are aware of the impact of these trainings, the blue ones, because the moment you have tactical familiarity, you can start using other training schedules. Now, don't forget you have other training schedules as well, like match preparation. You've got attacking movement, which works on roles and gives you all of this. So bang, you can still do that. It's still going to improve in their area of the game. So there are ways you can game this, but the funny thing about this game is everybody's gonna have theories and nobody's gonna have concrete proof. so it's all there's a notion that's running in my head. Can I prove it? No, I can't. Nobody has played the game long enough to find out. And the thing is, my experiments with training have all been simulations where I haven't really played the game. I've given it to an ass man, and he's gone on and won titles with the tactic that I've created. And he doesn't rotate nearly as much as I'd like to take advantage of the training programs that I've made. So you're gonna have to play the game. So tactics. What are we gonna do with tactics? So this is Porto. I'm not gonna go into Porto and go, hey, I want to make a phenomenal tactic, and this is how I'm gonna play. First things first. Let's go to our squad. What do we have in our squad? I will try to look at the support DNA and see what we have. Easiest way actually out of the gate is not even to do this. Go general info, auto size all your columns, then let's filter what we have in the club, right? The first thing we do is we look at our core. Now we're looking at to see how many players we have who can play central midfield. So we've got this player, very nice. Plays 1-2s, runs with ball often, dribbles with the ball. Hector Herrera can play in the center of the park. In this, I'm sorry, the preferences for this is actually set for Stalybridge. So it's not going to give me an accurate number. I'm looking at 15 and higher to be blue. So we've got a lot of blue here, which is probably from 13 and higher. So that's okay. So he's pretty solid. Then we got Sergio Oliveira, who's the spirited player, not too bad. He plays 1-2s as well. So I'm looking at a narrow. I'm already thinking of narrow systems because this might come in handy with this club. Shoots from distance. What is he? What does Romario Barro bring to the table? Value at £79,000. He's a youngster, 18 years old. We can play him. His value might go up. Plenty of potential in a player who has some flair but has no tackling. AMC. So with this player immediately, Romario Barro, who's been promoted, we also want to make him available for the youth teams as well. So squad available for FC Porto squad for 90 minutes. Now we come to him, and training wise, we can set his training up. So training, we have to take over the S-man. So here I'm gonna push him higher up the pitch and get him to start working as an advanced playmaker. So I haven't taken control of training yet, but for those that stand out straight away, I'm going to make a decision. So now we have two holding players who can play in central midfield. We got Luizao. Everybody will know who this player is. This is a youngster, plenty of potential. He has to work on his tackling. His positioning is half decent. He makes one okay defensive midfielder, but he's got the trait that he wants to get forward whenever possible. So if we play him in an MC position, he as a Carrillo, he might be a very interesting Carrillo. Right. Other than that, that's it. We got this guy who's on loan from Wolfsburg, the Dutch player. Now he's fairly decent as a defensive midfielder. However, his positioning is awful. He's only 11, so cover. So we're not going to be playing a DM based system. From what I can see, DM based systems are not. There is no room. This team doesn't have anything here that says screams at me, we want to play with a DM. So if we got Rui Pires here, 20 years old, phenomenal attributes actually. He's got decisions, passing, and vision. Okay, vision is not that great, but he's only 20 years old. This guy can be a deep line playmaker. So we can have we can play with two in midfield, central midfield, with him behind as a deep line playmaker, and we can ping the ball forward. So those are options. What about your wing backs? We got Maxi Pereira, 34-year-old wing back. You're great. It'll be great having him to play. He was 34 years old. We're gonna have to take care of him, but more often than not, we'll start with him. Pedro. So we've got a very good wing back here who gets up the pitch, can drop in across, and is young. We got Fonseca here, another very good wing back. So okay, this club has got wing backs coming out of his ears. Helder Milata, defensive midfielder, very good positioning. So we've got a holding player as well. So we can play a double DM system, or we can play with two defensive midfielders. We definitely can play with one defensive midfielder. We have enough. We have three midfielders already. So this team can play with a three-man defense, or a guaranteed two central midfielders, right? So they've got a very strong team here. So this guy I immediately look at him, I'm getting excited because he's so versatile. But the more important than everything else, if I look at him, he can even be a libero. He can be a phenomenal libero playing at the back. We can actually create a three-man system with him as the libero. This will be an amazing tactic for Porto. We are going with a libero-based system just because of this player. Okay, that's it. The moment I saw this guy, it's the end of discussion. We're not doing anything else. So with Elder Pilatao, whatever your name is, we're going to train you with where's your player traits? Yes, we are going to, wow. Okay, I think it's defending training. No, it's technique training then. Technique training. Bring the ball out of defense. I think that would be a pro trait for him to add to his game. It's that it suits players who read the game, which isn't one of his strengths. Hang on a minute. Decisions? Fuck off. I don't care. What do you think? He's gonna do that. I don't care. Get him to work on that. Then we'll play him in that position and ask him to do the same shit. Okay, so we're going to start using him. It may not work, but hell, man, it's definitely an option. Okay, so we got Elder Militao. We're going to make a three-man backline. Two bone crunchers in midfield. We got our wing backs. Now, what is the configuration on top? We already know we have at least one youngster who can play as an AP. Then the strikers department. So it's simple. So far I'm seeing a 3-4-1-2 now. Can we play a wide 3-4-3, or do I have to play a narrow 3-4-1-2? Okay, wide we have, holy cow, on loan from Nantes. Attacking midfielder can come in from the left side and attack and come in to score with fantastic acceleration. Okay, good. Okay, what about you? Musa Marega. Right. Runs with ball, gets forward, knocks ball past opponent. Not bad. Attacking midfielder, right. Striker. Also another player who can be an inside forward on the left flank. Okay, now what about you? Alberto Bueno. Position off the ball. 14. Passing 11, vision, dribbling. Okay, you can carry the ball into the box because that's what you do. All right, we got another player can attack the box from a central position. Okay, that's good. Now we got Adrian. Okay, he's getting on in age. Most into channels, comes deep to get the ball, cuts inside from both wings, 30 years old. Natural fitness very low, 8. He cannot last, but we have to think of the future. Then we got Winston Aboubakar. Okay, we definitely have strikers here. Suarez. Definitely a striker can come in. I'm gonna play a lot of these players as inside forwards. We got a lot of strikers. Okay, that's it. With this team, we got a lot of strikers. So 3-4-3, 3-4-1-2, 4-3-3, all viable tactics. But we're gonna have a system which has got 3 attackers. Okay, so this team can play a 4-3-1-2. It can play a 4-3-1-2. It can play a 3-4-1-2. It can play a 3-4-3. When I say 3-4-1-2, I don't mean the 4 midfielders. I mean with 2 wing backs. Okay, so tactically, we're gonna I don't think I'm gonna load a tactic. I don't know if I have one at the moment. 3-4. I got Dortmund 3-4-3. Okay. Yeah, it looks something like this. Okay, they can play this, but we're gonna turn this guy into a libero on attack. Okay, we got 2 ball-playing defenders. We got wingback on attack. A DLP and a Carrello. Could work. Could work. Then we got attack. I'm gonna play this is a configuration like this. Then this guy can actually be a central midfielder on support. We'll try this in pre-season. So DLF on support. Rather here will be a DLF on support, and we'll play with an advanced forward on attack. Okay, so my passing, I'm going to have an underlap on the left and an overlap on the right. Yes, that's going to be fun to set up. Take short kicks. We're going to counter press early. Yes, everybody's counter pressing with these 3 coming up. Okay. Defend narrow, much higher defensive line. This will be fine. We'll use tighter marking, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, won't get stuck in. We will start with an attacking mentality. As far as passing is concerned, I want to go as short as possible, tempo slightly higher. And we'll also play for set pieces since we are going to be in the opponent's half. Custom liquid football. Don't look at me. That's a funny name I came up with during the beta testing. Okay, what about the goalkeepers instructions? Distributing to the center backs, roll it out. Teams instructions, we're gonna be playing out a defense, work ball into box. Yes, be more expressive. We're gonna remove this first. And so preseason is all about trying this tactic out. Okay, now let's go to the team report. Now let's find out what we have. Okay, when I'm looking at the team report, wingbacks got Teles, we got Hoge. Okay, on loan from Monaco, we got Cover there. We got lots of players here. So on any given Sunday, if one of the left back on the left gets injured, we can always drop one of the right backs, asking him to play there. As you can see, right in the middle of the park, we have got no shortage of players who can play this role. So we got plenty of cover here, and then we got plenty of cover here. We got Octavio who can play here. We got Brahimi who can play here. The 2 players we wanted to play, so we get them, and Oliver. So we got 3 players who can all play here. Fantastic options up top. Yep, we all set. But I'm not gonna do it this way. Roles, players best role. No. I don't believe in all this nonsense. Custom roles, current ability. Why is I think we have staff responsibilities we need to sort out now. Staff responsibilities. Let's go to the personal assistant first. When you scout a player, add him to your shortlist for 1 month. When you scout a player, watch him for 2 weeks. We do something like this is really fast, and then allow him to play. Okay, allow. Okay, done. Okay, now we go to the first team. You can set it up all here, and then we go to overall. Let's go to training. We're taking over. Okay, so that's done. All right, so we go to training now. We set all the training up. Now we go to the individuals in the training. You can do it from here, or you can do it from somewhere else. Now everybody is going to have a normal intensity. Okay, for me, preseason, I'm sorry, but I know people are going to say this is asking for trouble. I will ask for trouble all the time. But for me, this is the way I play, right? It's not recommended. Okay, a lot of people tell you this is a crazy way to play. You're gonna get a lot of injuries, and it's true. You are, unless you are on point with rotation. You spot a danger and you react to it quickly. Then you shouldn't have an issue. But if you're the sort of person that cannot multitask in this game, then have normal intensity. If you want to do double intensity, of course, by all means, go in, do double. You can do it from here, you can come here, and then these players are all on double intensity, normal intensity for 90 higher end conditions. So everybody who's less than this trains at twice double the intensity. What am I saying? Okay, so we've done everything. We've gone in, we've set up everything. Staff responsibilities have also been set up for the first team. Then all you got to do is hit continue. Your tactic has been set up. Season expectations. Reach group stage. Reach the final of this competition. That's not too bad. Okay, we'll confirm this. And then Bizarre have rejected the proposal for match. So we'll choose another team. Affiliated, so we'll just pick one of our affiliates. Tell them we want to go there and hammer them and see what they say. Alright, we go to the inbox. Training induction. You can do your training induction. Astorial have accepted. The players move to Porto squad. We moved a few players in. Then you do your squad dynamics. You can introduce yourself to the squad, and usually I'm assertive. I want to win the title. That's exactly it. Because with Porto, you got to Chibuto reject friendly proposal. Bloody hell. Okay, Chibuto also reject affiliated club. What the hell? Nobody wants to have a friendly with us? When I am managing a top tier club, I don't do intra squad friendlies. When I'm managing a lower league side, I always do intra squad friendlies. There's a difference between the two styles. When I'm managing a lower league squad, like Stalybridge, which is one of the sites I'm doing, I will always have an intra squad friendly, but invite a lot of players on trial and put them into the under 19 squad. Then I'll play that team. Now, when I'm playing that team, I will notice all these trialies playing on the other side and see whether they are better than my players. And some will stand out. And those are the players that I usually end up offering contracts to. So that's one of the ways I use the intra-squad friendlies. But when I'm managing a side like Porto, I don't do that. So there are still a few injury problems within. I'll continue. Now, here we got this guy, Chancel Mbemba, and this guy, Danilo Pereira. Now, both these players, when it comes to their training, you gotta monitor. So I use the medical center very, very carefully. And so here we go. We haven't really set anybody up yet. We quick pick, and we got our team that. Without a shadow of a doubt, even the S-Man says, Eder Militao makes for a phenomenal libero. We're already seeing some indications of what this libero is going to be doing in our system. So as you can see, a move that started from the back, libero brings the ball up and plays this killer pass out to the flanks. This guy crosses the ball in and we get a goal. So I'm looking forward to what the libero will do with Porto. So we got to keep playing these pre-season matches. There might be tweaks to the tactic as we go, but definitely Porto are using a libero. So we let the Assman take over the pre-season friendlies. He had some fun with them. And then once the season got underway, we didn't do too badly, beating Porto 3-1. Here, our little libero did quite well, 6.9 for a match rating. As you can see, he had one key pass from the back. Then in our second match against Sporting Lisbon, he actually played a bigger role. He had one key pass and he made one assist for one of the goals that we scored. So our libero was, yeah, I liked how our libero is set up. So you want to have a better look at the libero's contributions, and naturally you want to go to the player analysis itself and take a look at the passes, and then we focus on our libero, who is here, and then we look all his pass completed. So he plays as you can see, he plays a big part even in the final third. One long diagonal pass here, he's got a lot of diagonal passes that he makes, even one deep diagonal over here to release an attack, and one more down the, one more this, I remember this pass in the game, right? This was a deep pass from the back as well. So I'm finding that it's fun to play with the libero here with this team called Porto, because we actually have a player here who can play that role. It's not very often that you get a player that fits the mold so nicely. I won't say he's perfect for the role. He's only 20 years old. There's still so much room for him to grow. I mean, his vision, even if he doesn't learn the player trait now, his vision is already 12. His first touch is 12. We get him trained as a ball playing defender, and over time he's just gonna get better in the role. So stopper role. Yeah, he can be a stopper. His first touch is gonna go up. His heading is gonna go up, or you can just train him as a libero on support, so his anticipations, all the right attributes come into play, and he'll bring the ball out of defense. He is gonna look quite good, and his training rating has been phenomenal. He has been putting in some really nice numbers in training as well. So I was kind of surprised. Look at the training rating right now for our libero. It's 9.45. So he absolutely loves playing as a libero. So he's going to be happy as can be. Making him a libero, I mean, here it says he's got 2 negatives. Has been unhappy at training. Has thought that he should be doing more tactical defending training. That's fine. That's basically, you can fix that really easily, because I haven't really gone into the training very much. I haven't changed it around. How would I set Porto's 3-4-3 up? Well, generally, the way we've been playing, sometimes we play this guy on support, sometimes we play him on attack. Both times he sits narrower, so both these guys will have to sit narrower. I actually only asked this guy to sit narrower and this guy to sit wide. You don't really need to do the underlap left. The overlap right is a bit of a risk. If you want to go that way, that's fine, but this guy's mentality will go up. He will still overlap without the instruction, right? But I just wanted to increase his mentality as well, so he becomes a bit more aggressive down the flank, which will mean this guy is going to pick up a lot of yellow cards if you are a poor team, or if you want to, you're going to have to put a very defensively minded player here and probably play on a defend duty. Because I like to watch games unfold before I make that kind of a decision. Against Firenze, I actually played a Mazzala and a Carrillo. So it all depends on. I mean, personally, it's a decision you can make. It gives me the thing. That's a great thing about Porto. You got so many options with this team. They're so talented. Then up top is an attacking playmaker. So if I have an attacking playmaker here, does he slow down play? Not really. He does. This guy is the one that's really having fun. He's just stringing passes from the back. So the libero is just insane the way he's playing here and with Porto. I love the way he's initiated some attacks. In fact, because we got these 2 wing backs, it gives the libero, the libero can make those diagonal dangerous passes. So he looks to the right for Pedro, he looks to the left for Hoge, and that's it, game over. If those guys get behind defensive lines, that's a cross waiting for a goal. So this is the one thing I love about Porto. Porto is going to be a very, very nice team to play with in FM19 because of ADM Militao. This player, this 20-year-old Brazilian wonder kid, this guy is amazing. Whoever you are, wherever you are, if this guy is only valued at 10 million, man, he's worth 60 million in my book because he's that good at central defender. This is about the best central defender I've seen. I know that you probably get a lot of these out of Porto, but Porto have a lot of interesting young players. And you've got guys in the under 19s that you can bring through. What about the line of engagement? Now, here, this you gotta understand there's a middle press, there's a high press, and there's a low press. If you play with the low press, you gotta be careful about your defensive with, because all you depend crosses are gonna come in, so your boys better be able to jump and hit the ball away. The problem with Porto is none of your defenders as a group, they're not that great at jumping. So you got 13 here for one of your defenders, right? And then you got Ede Militao, he's 14. That's not too bad. Then you got Philippe, he's about 16. That's the only champion that you have. So Chidozi Awizim might be okay, but he's not phenomenal, right? But he's okay. You can play him as a central defender. His positioning will need some work, so you're gonna have to go through all your players and work on the risk areas of the game. If I was managing this squad, I'll go through them. I'll go through each one of them and make a decision what areas that we need to address. The second thing is you're gonna have to promote youngsters from the under the junior side, because you got players that Philippe, who's 29 years old, you might as well get another central defender, promote him, and get them accustomed to the way you want to play, because their values are all ridiculously low. 19,000. This guy, he's got a long way to go. He's 22 years old. If he's not already playing for you, we should be selling him off or putting him out on loan. But he's got the brings ball out of defense player trait, which is pretty cool, as considering the fact that we can't train Ede Militao, has got better attributes to do that role. This guy apparently has got some hidden thing inside him that says he can bring the ball out of defense, which is kind of retarded at the moment. So use this player, train him. If you can't, his CA is very low, so I don't think he's going to give you, he's going to bring that much to the table, but at least he can be good cover. Otherwise, let him go, because if you're not going to use him, sell him. So I have identified one boy from Diogo Queiroz, right? So this player is not that bad as well. His positioning is pretty decent. He's got decent mentals. Get him to start working on his jumping reach, and he's going to become a very good central defender to join your group, and potentially, hopefully, his jumping reach goes up. Otherwise, you're gonna have to buy a central defender. So this is the only weakness that this team has. As far as fullbacks are concerned, you're loaded with fullbacks coming. You got fullbacks coming out of ears. Okay, this team is one of the richest fullback teams in the world. Okay, so you got lots of wingbacks in this team, and you should create tactics that are meant to exploit your wingback. So 3-4-1-2 is obvious. You can play a narrow 4-3-1-2. But any system that's got wingbacks bombing down the flanks is a system suited for Porto. So if you don't like using the libero-based system, which I love with Porto, then you can play a 4-2-2, 4-2-3-1. You can play a 4-1-3-2, or 4-3-1-2, or 4-1-2-2-1. Yeah, those can all work with Porto. Even the traditional Portuguese Diamond, which is the 4 with the double DMs. Right, the one I hate the most. Okay, you can use that as well. So you got 4 in the middle, 4 at the back here. You got 2 DMs here. You got 1 playmaker here. You got 1, 2, 3. That can also work with Porto. In fact, that probably is a very good tactic for away from home. So away from home, I probably be making the Portuguese Diamond, which is very traditional Porto. Let's see if we can find it here before. Well, we just pick one of these, and then we'll just start from there. So the Portuguese Diamond, how does it look like? It's got 2 DMs, right? And it's got 1 guy in the middle, and then you got this 4 split up. This is the Portuguese 4-3-3. It's very, very nice. I mean, it's one of those annoying systems to play against, but because you've got all these players defending, right? These 2 boys can become very, very strong wingbacks, and this is the underlap. This is a tactic that's going to use the underlap very effectively. So you might have a winger on support here, and this guy can be a wingback on support, and you can ask this wingback to underlap. When he underlaps, it's going to go this way. So he might hold up the ball and this guy will underlap, or any of these players is going to come down the channel here. So it's going to be very interesting to use this with this team. Here we can have an inside forward and attack here coming this way down. We can turn this guy into a pressing forward and support. We got wing backs. Oh man, this team has got so many wing backs. It's just crazy. So you can use the Portuguese Diamond, or I'm sorry, but I'm so partial to this for Porto. Porto with the libero, with this man ADM Militao. Man, this is going to be a fun tactic to play with a fun club. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Getting Started With, and I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, please look me up on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for their continued support of this channel. You make this kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. You guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.